Hey guys, real quick, go to the link in our description down the bottom and join our Discord. That's where we're going to be taking all our requests for videos in the future. So join the Discord. That way you can put your requests there and we'll be happy to oblige.
All of our unfiltered discussions are there, as well as awesome people who are excited to engage with you. So go ahead, click the link in the description and we will see you there.
Subscribe. Some people don't know that helps us.
You raise your hand supporting.
No, I'd like to get in and respond. Let's just speak the truth, okay? President Trump, I believe, was the best president of the 21st century. It's a fact. And Chris Christie, honest to God, your claim that Donald Trump is motivated by vengeance and grievance would be a lot more credible if your entire campaign were not based on vengeance and grievance against one man.
The GOP are a bunch of cowards. They fear the man Larry Elder. Why they didn't allow him to be at these awful debates we watched tonight is beyond me, because this was really bad. Vivek Ramaswamy wiped the floor with all of those war puppets.
That's my man. Yes.
Well, he's not bought and paid for by the GOP, and the GOP depends on war for funding for their campaign, which is why they are all so pro-Ukraine.
He called them out.
When asked, raise your hand if you are against sending any more money to the Ukraine. And Ramaswamy did not hesitate.
Nope. He went straight up.
Whereas DeSantis did, and they didn't know if he raised his hand or not because he really didn't know what to do. And it said a little bit about the way things went for DeSantis. I just don't think he came out strong. He spent a lot of time talking about his accomplishments in Florida, which we're all aware of. If you're at the GOP and you don't know anything about Ron DeSantis, you're not watching. So, we know what you did, Ron, and most of us respect what you did, especially during the pandemic. We already know. Talk about what your plans are for the future and focus on answers. Answer the question. Mike Pence was the worst.
Oh my God, he was insufferable
at answering a question. And the way he would take Trump's accomplishments and say we, as if he really had that much involvement. I mean, he is literally like a first lady. I forgot who our vice president was about halfway through Trump's term.
I did too.
He was a non-factor. He was a nobody. And when you hear him speak, it comes off as such. He just sounds like he's very scripted.
Like everything that he said, it was like, I just sighed. And I was like, oh, okay, you can go now. The door is that way.
Yeah, he was very scripted. And he picked a fight with Ramaswamy, and that was a mistake.
That was a very bad idea, dude.
The campaign managers for a lot of these GOP, to me, were baffling because it's like they didn't prep them for what Ramaswamy was going to do. Chris Christie's best thing was trying to insult him. Basically calling him some little robot that gets speeches off of AI, or I really don't know what he was trying to say.
I don't know what he was trying to say.
But I can tell you it didn't come off well. And I forgot Tim Scott was running.
I think he did too.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared for a while, and then when he came back, he was just like all the rest of them.
Yep.
Doesn't answer the question, just kind of goes into what he's done in the past. And look, with the exception of Asa Hutchinson and the governor of North Dakota, I'm pretty familiar with all the people that were up on that stage. I don't need to know your history. I'm pretty well versed. You've campaigned on it. We've heard the same thing on your campaign videos. Stop repeating your campaign videos and answer the question. And the only one willing to do that was Ramaswamy. He gave direct answers. And that's what we, at this point in time, absolutely need.
That's just what we need. We just need brutal, honest answers.
Transparency.
Something that we forgot existed.
Yes. And for them to just continually repeat, they're saying, you could go to their website and read it off of their, that's how bad it was.
What I don't understand is why do we as a people allow these answers? Like, we're the one voting for these people, right?
Well, a lot of it's the moderators, and they had no control. Because they had no control. They couldn't control Mike Pence, who couldn't tell you what 30 seconds was like in his life.
I know.
He would go 2 minutes after they ding the bell, and he's still going on the same slogans that he's got on his website. Like, we needed to hear that again. We can read, Mike. We just go, look, man, go to my website and click on this, and everything you just wanted, everything you asked me, there's your answer, because I'm not going to answer.
Right.
Just go read my campaign page. Nikki Haley killed herself.
That poor woman.
I've never had a problem with Nikki Haley, but by basically insinuating that it takes a woman
to run stuff.
Hold on. Governor Haley, would you like to respond? Are you bought and paid
what
for?
I would like to say is the fact that I think this is exactly why Margaret Thatcher said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, there are far more women that are Democrat than Republican.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to win a Republican nomination, you need to appeal to the men.
Yep, facts.
Particularly the blue-collar working man, because he will go out and vote, and he will vote conservative to lower taxes and get lower gas prices. You know, his field, most of our fields are dependent on energy and oil.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Primarily male area of expertise.
Well, yeah, I drive 1,000 miles a week, and I'm not a truck driver,
right?
Which is insane. But my commute to work is incredible. And paying these gas prices 40% higher than when Trump was in office, it says a lot to people like myself and many of you, and just, you know, America in general. That is a big deal. You know, we need to start drilling again. Yeah. And the only ones that are saying that's what I'm going to do is Ramaswamy.
Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear. Put people back to work by no longer paying them more to stay at home.
That's it. He's the only one saying that I'm going to do this. And the last person I heard that actually made promises and said, this is what I'm going to do, that took office was Donald Trump. And he did about 80% of what he said he was going to do, because he was the only politician at that time that would directly answer the question. Because, again, if you're not reliant on the GOP for your campaign funds, you can say whatever the hell you want and run the country however you want. Which is why I absolutely think that those cowards in the GOP, just absolute cowards, all they do is talk. That is why they Ron Paul'd Larry Elder.
Yep.
They were afraid for him to come in and debate, because the odds of him winning the nomination, you all know, Larry's not going to win that. But I respect Larry. He's a very, very smart man. Like Ramaswamy, he is good on his toes, will answer questions, and they just couldn't have that.
They already have to deal with one person answering questions directly. They can't have two.
Right, I was disappointed in DeSantis, because if I was DeSantis' campaign manager, I would say, you need to follow what Ramaswamy is doing verbatim.
Yep.
If he answers a question direct, wrong.
Yep.
Answer the question direct. Don't say what Florida did. Don't say the economy. We know you have a great economy. You had surplus, whereas most had deficit. You had surplus of funds. We're aware.
Yeah.
What you did with the CRT, what you're doing with the Don't Say Gay, that never said that bill.
Never said anything about it.
We know your history. We can already make our own conclusions on our opinions based on that. It's time for you to step up and say, okay, now here's my plan. I've got an actual plan. And the only person that had an actual plan was Ramaswamy.
Mm-hmm.
All Pence had was,
slander.
What are you going to do at the border? Well, when we were in office, we went down to the border and we made it more secure than they know that was Trump.
That was Trump.
You were the first lady. You just kind of waved at people and said hi, but you weren't directly that involved in that. Trump took all the heat for that.
Kind of funny, you know, he keeps saying we did that. Isn't that what women in relationships say all the time when it's just a man doing something? It's like, oh yeah, we decided.
Well,
there we go. First lady.
He's a first lady. I mean, that's how, and he came off so robotic with his, I'm not going to answer the question directly. And I'm so tired of that. And I'm tired of Chris Christie and his insults to Ramaswamy. And then talking about when he was governor of New Jersey, he wasn't good. So I don't know what he's bragging about. Yeah, you're a Republican and you took over a blue city or blue state.
But it didn't change anything.
It didn't fix nothing. You know, it wasn't much better, if any, when you were there. So it's hard for you to run on that. I don't know, guys. You know,
I don't even know.
Get in the comments. Let us know what you thought about this ridiculous debate that wouldn't allow Larry Elder to speak. They silenced him. They all voted for the war. They would not go against the war in the Ukraine.
Mr. Ramaswamy, you would not support an increase of funding to Ukraine?
I would not. And I think that this is disastrous, that we are protecting against an invasion across somebody else's border when we should use those same military resources to prevent across the invasion of our own southern border here in the United States.
And when asked about anything that had to do with America, it was the same, you know, this is my country, I'm patriotic, Americans come first, we're going to do everything we can to blah, blah, and blah, and blah.
Yeah, seriously.
With no game plan and no way of saying, here's how I'm going to do it. Whereas Ramaswamy's like, yeah, I'm going to dismantle the Department of Education and I'm going to start with the teachers unions and I'm going to go all the way down to the FBI. And I have found section whatever, article whatever, that allows me as president to disband the FBI, and I'm going after the federal agency. Broke it down as to how he's going to do that, and no one else.
Fed.
It's exactly what happened.
Audit the Fed.
Yeah, they're going to Ron Paul him. Mark my words, by the third debate, the big debate,
He won't be a part of it.
he won't be part. They're not going to let him. They're going to Ron Paul him. Ron Paul destroyed all their little puppets when he got up there, and we ended up with John McCain and Mitt Romney because of Ron Paul. Because no one could stand toe-to-toe with Ron. The media would discredit him as crazy Uncle Ron, but we saw. Don't worry about the media says. If you didn't watch the debates with Ron Paul, go watch them and make your own decision. Don't listen to CNN, don't listen to Fox. Don't listen to any of them. That man was just like Ramaswamy. When you asked him a question, he was direct and told you how he was going to do it. And he was going to audit the Fed, and it was going to cripple us for about 5 or 6 years, and he understood that. It was going to make his presidency look bad because the economy was going to tank because of him auditing the Fed. But after those first initial few years, things will get back to where they should be because the Fed is so powerful and just writing so much money out that it's a necessary evil at this point. We got to, we're trillions in debt. We need to know where we stand.
Yeah, we're much more than that now that they found the $6 million that they didn't know was sent over to the Ukraine, quote unquote.
Well, where's all the money that was under the building, under the towers?
Yeah, where's
building
that, guys?
Where's that money? Why is Donald Rumsfeld coming out and telling us we lost like $6 billion one day before the events of 9/11? It's all that money, guys.
It's money.
And that's the GOP. That
Money
was the
is
GOP
power.
then. Get in the comments. You tell us, what did you think? Do you think Ramaswamy took the day, or do you think DeSantis or Tim Scott? I know there's somebody out there. Don't let me down, guys. I need one person that'll come up and say, you know what, Tim Scott.
We should be asking ourselves a bigger question about the weaponization of the Department of Justice. When I'm president, the first thing I'll do is fire Merrick Garland. Second thing I'll do, fire Christopher Wray, because we need Lady Justice to wear a blindfold. Without that, no one has confidence in our justice system.
That might be the man. That may be
the one, man.
He's the dark horse. He's the one that's going to just come out of nowhere, and they're going to be like, holy God, he's up in the polls. Tell me who you think won that debate, and tell me if you are interested in us going over and reviewing any more things about this. Because we're planning on doing a little more political stuff. So please go to our Rumble.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna mess up and I'm gonna say something on YouTube that's gonna get me banned. So we
Check
may
us out there.
Yeah, we may release more political stuff, and we'll try to keep it neutral or neutered, I should say, for YouTube. And then the main file, we're gonna just put that on Rumble, because at least there I can say what I think and I don't have to worry about it. So if you're interested in that, go to our Rumble, Brodown, join it, and check it out from there.
And check out our Discord if you want to have more in-depth conversations one-on-one with Mr. Bro.
I barely use Discord, but if you
Just
go in
tag
there and
him.
start talking politics,
Hit us up there. Links in the description.
yeah, I'm not very active on it, but if I see something really stupid politically, I'm going to dive right in.
Or
So
just tag him.
be prepared. The can of worms I can open. Like, share,
Subscribe.
do the thing.
Do the thing.
And until the next time, guys, as always, come at me, bro.
The Brodown is over. Let's bro out!